Why would you? If I'm that, I'm like, I got to do something myself.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's neither here nor there. All right, let's do it.
Dawg Talk presented by Mi Casita, Coach Wilson, and introducing Coach Mark Sanders
Asheville community
to
Dawg
the Asheville
Talk.
family. Yes, so
Ready to go.
you have just been named the head football coach at Asheville High School. You're the 24th head football coach in Asheville High School history.
Wow.
But you are not unknown to the Asheville family. I feel like most people in the community know who you are, especially from if you were around Asheville from 90 to roughly, well, really to now. You know. They know of you.
Well, I guess I was in kindergarten here in 1988.
Okay, yeah.
88, 89.
There you go.
Yeah.
And your dad was a coach here.
Coach, yeah, principal.
Your brother and sister obviously attended school here.
Yep.
Are you the youngest?
Middle.
You're the middle.
Okay.
Middle
Middle child.
Honestly, I didn't know that. I didn't know the order of the three of you.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. I have never thought about which one of you is the oldest and which one of you is
Never
the
put that together.
Never. You're the middle. You do not give off middle child vibes at all.
I don't even know what that means, but I mean,
Middle children are pretty cool.
are they? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you're not cool. I'm not saying you're not cool.
Okay.
Like, don't get me.
Okay.
don't get me
Hey, it
wrong.
is what it is. Whatever.
I'm not saying you're not cool.
It is what it is.
Look at the green.
Leanne Coker. Leanne Coker. Leanne Ford just walked in. What's up? You wanna?
Really recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're recording. She's like, no, I've already done my episode. I'm not.
Hey,
I'm going to Walmart. Look, and I don't need to sit down in front of a camera.
it's okay. Hey, you're the legend behind all this.
Yeah.
I'm not the legend.
Yeah.
Well,
We're just introducing Mark to the Asheville family officially as the head football coach. So
Leanne
you walked
Ford.
right in on the
Leanne Ford, everyone.
yeah. Round of applause wherever you are. Round of applause. Absolutely. Wherever you're watching or listening to this.
Meet and greet Mi Casita's January the 12th.
Oh yeah, we can announce that now.
Okay.
Yeah. Did he know about that?
His wife knew about
She
that.
told me.
Okay.
She told
All right.
me.
Okay. Yeah. If you would like to meet and talk to and help us usher in the Mark Sanders era of Asheville football, January 12th at Mi Casita. We don't have an exact time yet.
Sounds
We're
wild.
working on an exact time with Angel Diaz. And what's crazy is this episode of Dawg Talk and every episode this season is being presented by Mi Casita. So shout out to Angel Diaz and Mi Casita.
Gotta love some Mi Casitas.
You
man.
got
Delicious.
to, man. Go in there, and this is my recommendation. I don't think I've said this in a long time. My recommendation, I'll ask you what yours is in a second, what yours is. My recommendation, which I'm going to get probably here soon after this, the chicken soup
That's what I had for lunch today.
with I get extra rice,
I don't need the carbs.
a side of cheese dip that I then, when I get, if I'm assuming we're eating
Legendary
there.
cheese dip, by the way.
Yeah. I'm assuming we're eating there because my to-go order is different. But if I'm eating there, side of cheese dip with a sweet tea, I take the cheese and I take my spoon and I will dip my spoon into the cheese dip just a little bit. And then I will take my spoon with a little bit of that cheese dip into my soup and eat it. And then I get the cheesy goodness mixed with the chicken soup.
The soup already has cheese in it.
Not enough.
You
can
just
never
tell
have
them to
enough
add
cheese.
A little extra cheese, but
can
you
never
got
have
your
enough
own little
cheese.
method though. So
I do,
keep
and
going with it.
I've perfected the street taco. No, I've perfected the birria tacos there. I've perfected the that's called the sopa de pollo, the chicken soup, and then I've perfected that. There's another dish there, and I can't think of the name of it, but it's basically like a mini flaming cheese. It's a smaller version, but yeah,
I like the soup, but I also just like a cowboy quesadilla.
cowboy quesadilla is a classic.
That's a classic.
It is.
It's a classic.
Oh, their avocado shrimp salad in the summer. It's cool. Like it's a cool dish. It's not a warm dish.
Yeah.
That right there, after a hard day's work up here at football.
Where do they get
Yeah,
those
they-
shrimp from? Pinedale?
No. She's like the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf. You know what? Before
The Gulf of
hey,
Pandalia.
look, come here. Before we started recording, he said, "So, what do I need to do? Do I need to be like professional? Do I need to be serious?" And I said, "Mark, just be yourself, man. That's why you're here.
That's all I've ever
why
known.
you got hired."
That's all I've ever known.
And I regret making that recommendation.
That's all I've ever known. I don't know how to
not
be
really.
anything else. I really don't.
Yeah, that's awesome. But no, are you good? Do you need us for something?
I'm good.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
You're the bomb,
All right.
Liam.
She just shook her head and walked away. So
All right.
I usually leave her in such a state as well.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
okay.
I mean, you got to keep a good relationship with the principal. You know,
Ain't no
keep
doubt.
things real.
It's
yeah.
it's a team thing.
Yeah.
There has to be alignment all the way through. You know.
Great. You know, reciprocated relationships. You know, everybody's
Absolutely.
having a good time. Keep the spirits high, and everybody wins.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to
Okay.
1988
Oh,
when you started kindergarten.
awesome.
Did
Actually, now this might come as a surprise to a lot of people, but while I claim Asheville, this is my home. Springville was actually my hometown. I was born in Gadsden.
Mm-hmm.
You know, medical or what's the
regional?
regional?
Riverview?
No. Yeah,
Gadsden
Gadsden Regional.
Yeah.
That's where I was born. But we were living in Springville at the time. My dad was coaching at Springville, and my mom's from Springville. She was Miss Springville. Dad was Mr. Asheville. You know, we just happened to be living in Springville at the time, and you know, so the first 5-6 years of my life was in Springville. So
let's okay.
and I know that's probably going to hurt a
You
lot of people's
probably
feelings.
shouldn't have said
I know,
that on
and
this-
but
on
I'm
Dawg
cool with
Talk.
it. You want to know
Yeah.
why? I got family all over the place, got friends everywhere, and man, I love everybody. But
'Cause-
what I was going to build into was like, I went half of a year at kindergarten, starting at Springville, and then Dad got the job over here at Asheville, so we moved over. So half the year through kindergarten, I was in Miss McClellan's class over here in the elementary school building. That's where me and my crew that started out there, all the way through, except for a couple years. You know, Dad got another job at Raglan, and when I was in 4th grade, I got a funny story to tell about that. By the way,
Go ahead.
you want me to go ahead and tell it? Okay.
Rock it.
Well, you know, touching on like my elementary school career here, you know, I had great teachers, man, awesome teachers. Miss Jones, Miss Arnold. In 3rd grade, I fell through her. I fell through the trailer floor. We were in a trailer in 3rd grade, and I was the kid that fell through the trailer floor back behind the elementary school building. Because I was me. I don't know. I guess I stepped on a bad spot and just went zoop, right through the floor.
Was it like that scene in Christmas Vacation where he just like whoop, like falls through the ceiling
Yeah.
and when he's in the
Legs.
attic wearing the thing and the robe and with the gloves
And legs
and he
hang.
just-
Well, it wasn't a cold experience, but you know,
You know what
like
I'm
my legs were on the down hanging.
on the ground? Did you make it to the ground?
I don't know if I made it to the ground. I was in 3rd grade at that point, but anyway.
Sorry.
So,
Yeah.
you know, loved all my teachers. 4th grade, I Miss Hunt.
you go to
Miss
Raglan.
Shirley Hunt. Now let me tell you the story about why I went to Raglan.
Okay.
Okay, so Dad at the start of my 4th grade year had already gotten the assistant principal's job at Raglan High School, but me and Matthew were still going to school here.
Mm-hmm.
So every year in 4th grade, they have this really big project that is you make
The Alabama history.
the historical
local,
location. You
like
make
a big diorama
big
thing.
diorama
Yeah.
of some type of historical place in our county. Well, the one I chose was the old O'Donnell Mill out in Shoal Creek Valley.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd been out there, I'd seen it. You know, I'd seen like pictures of the way it used to be, and that's what I was going to build. Well, I'd kind of forgotten about it, and so when I realized that the next day was the day it was supposed to be turned in, and I hadn't finished it or actually gotten 10% into it, I went to my dad. I still remember standing in the kitchen, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, what do you think about me and Matthew going with you to Raglan tomorrow?"
No.
Yeah. And he was like, "Well, you really want to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, I want to see what it's like, you know." So Dad takes us to Raglan, and we stay there for the next year and a half. I finished 4th grade at Raglan. I go 5th grade at Raglan, and then he comes back to Asheville. We come back, and then that's where oh God. Pardon
me.
So Springville, Asheville, Raglan, Asheville.
So you hold on. Here's the important part of that story. You never turned that Alabama or local history project in ever.
Nope.
You got out of it. Dude. You swerved.
But the crazy thing is,
Jumped through that loophole.
I really wanted to do it. Just being me, forgot about it, you know. And you know, the rest is history.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I've actually, let's see, what was it? A couple years ago, like Kaylee was doing kind of the same thing, but not a St. Clair County historical thing. It was more like an old
daughter,
historical
by the
moment.
way,
Yeah,
for
my
those that don't
daughter,
know.
my oldest daughter, Kaylee. She's a senior here right now. But man, me and her made this beautiful diorama of like an old war battle scene, Civil War, and it was just awesome. I think she had Coach Hawk at the time, I think.
Oh yeah.
And he had like displayed it above all the other ones because it was so awesome. You know,
He I talked to him the other day, and he specifically mentioned her
really.
and said, he said, in his, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Old girl gets to finish on out with her daddy at the school. So he sends his congratulations.
Oh, awesome. Good,
Yeah.
good fella out there.
Yeah,
man.
no, he specifically mentioned that project too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It must. Hey, so I got my retribution. You know, I got
Yeah.
to do it. You know, I've done many projects with them throughout the years, but
Yeah.
I was really especially proud of that one. I took pictures of it. I was like, man, this is beautiful. This got the guys over here battling with their little bayonets and got the cannon set up over here, and it was cool, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
So you are. My question was going to be: did you ever envision when you were in kindergarten or in elementary school
Being the head coach at Ashville.
being the head coach at Ashville High School?
No, what kid does?
Did-
But I mean, I guess some do. But I mean, my thing was, I was always involved. You know, like from the time I was young, I can still remember coming up. Like there was one day, and I don't remember. It was second or third grade, and Dad was coaching, and I remember going up to the field, and I had been given a report card, and for the first time ever in my life, I had an F on it. And guess what it was in?
History.
It's the one thing you never want to get an F on your report card in. For complete and utter like parental disappointment. Conduct.
Oh.
I know.
Ooh.
I know. And when I gave Dad that report card, he lit me up, man. And it was just not good. It was not good, man. And from that moment on, I tried to do a lot better, you know. And I guess I didn't realize how much of a knucklehead I was being because I was kind of surprised to see it. But apparently I'd been giving some teachers a problem.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And he let you up one side down the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
deservedly so.
Yeah.
You know, that was, you know, there's a standard of excellence you got to live by, and
Yeah.
I didn't live up to it. So boom, there you go. And I don't know, but just being a kid and always being around the guys up there and always seeing like, man, I used to just, I don't like using the term idolize, you know, for good biblical reasons, but like just looking up to, you know, like having heroes up here and seeing them put on those uniforms every day and go out to practice and just battle up on the practice field. And I was out here shagging balls, you know, where they're kicking field goals. I'm down here at the bottom of the hill getting balls, and I'm going and filling water bottles, and I'm trying every chance I can get to go climb up on the tower and go get to the top, you know, just to watch it a little bit, and then try not to fall off because I'm an idiot. And just being me, but just always being around the program.
Yeah.
And doing that in multiple sports, like being with Dad when he was coaching girls basketball and going on trips with him up to Tennessee with Del Beeson, and like going up there to different camps, and like always being the manager on the girls basketball team, and, you know, just being around the baseball program. And, you know, like, I guess never once in my childhood did I imagine I'd be sitting where I am right now doing this. But for the amount of love and the time that I put into this school and how much love I have in my heart for being an Asheville Bulldog, like I really am. I'm so pumped about it. I really am.
So you and I, for those that don't know, you and I host another podcast
Yes, we do.
outside of Dawg Talk.
Well, let's
Presented by
be
Mi
honest.
Casita.
You host it. We're just here on.
Well, no, we
'Cause
collectively
you're
host.
a great host, man.
Collectively we host. We're all the presenters of that podcast.
I talk so highly of you to so many people, and just
Well, I
how good you
appreciate
are
that,
at
man.
things. Like,
and,
I really do.
and look, don't worry, I'll make sure I pay you this month. So I appreciate that. But
you get paid.
for talking highly of me, yeah. I'll buy your lunch at some point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
$5 meal deal at McDonald's. So
Taco Bell, you got a deal. I try to stay away from McDonald's. They don't even serve real food.
no, they don't. You leave that stuff sitting out, and it's like it never
molds.
Yeah,
Never molds.
But you'd rather eat the
that's
horse
alarming.
meat at Taco Bell?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's meat. At least it's actual meat.
meat.
It might be horse meat, but it's meat.
Yeah, it will
I shouldn't
probably.
say that, should I?
I don't know. Maybe do. Look, we're just here to tell the truth.
Is that the truth, though? Who
In the book of John, it's Jesus said the truth will set you free.
Amen.
So
Where was I going with that? Oh, we host another podcast,
Yeah.
Talk or Go Home.
yes, we do.
If you thought that little exchange right there was a little weird or off, but you kind of enjoyed it, that's basically what
That's what
that
we do.
podcast is.
That's what we do.
Except
Y'all can
it's-
go watch it.
It's also, we have Clint Thompson, the guy that takes his shirt off at multiple sporting events, and David Murphy, everybody's favorite curmudgeon. They also join us on the show. So, is that an accurate description of both individuals?
Man, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds great. I've heard it used before, and I was like, man, that sounds awesome. I just don't even know what it means. But
Let's look it
I
up.
could probably
Curmudgeon.
understand. I could probably understand a lot of what it means just by knowing him.
A bad-tempered person, especially an old, cranky, bad-tempered person.
Hey, curmudgeon.
Hey, you need to talk to Nuss about. Shout out to Stephen Nuss, head baseball coach. You need to talk to
thanks-
Nuss
thanks
about
for the hat.
his hallway exchanges with Murphy because their rooms are right next to one another.
Yeah.
About his hallway exchanges
I
with
bet they're
Murphy
great.
and like because all Nuss does during the class change when they're in the hallway is he just does this to Murphy.
He pokes
He
his
get-
shoulder or something.
He gets him going. He
Oh,
pokes
you're
the
saying he
bear.
just pokes at him. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
like he gets him going,
Not
man.
physically, but
And by
he
the
just-
time class changes over with, Murphy's going back in his classroom, slamming the door, slamming the door, and if like so, Carpenter's right over there by him too.
Yeah.
So him and Carpenter, Nuss and Carpenter are going he, and sometimes I'll get to walk by if I'm going to talk to somebody else or I've got something else I got to do, or if I'm going to the restroom. And I'll get to witness it, and Nuss loves it. He's like he just loves poking the
Yeah.
bear, poking the bear.
So it's basically just high school all over again.
Yeah, he's just getting him going. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like it's
that's all-
we have a good time.
That's literally what we used to do with that man. Just try to get him to do something
Get him
crazy.
going, baby.
But and why did we do it? Because his reactions to things were classic. You can't get much better than seeing David Murphy fly off the handle and just say something just wild. And it just made your day better.
Yeah, and I will never forget that story of them tying you to his desk with. It was about this time of the year, wasn't it? Because it was around Christmas time, I believe. There was a Christmas. Was it Christmas bow?
I don't know if maybe the color of the yarn threw you off of the red. It was just,
Okay,
it was just a
red
ball
yarn?
of red yarn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then maybe
I
that
don't
was it.
remember what time of the year it was, but yeah,
They
I
just it was you, right?
Class,
That they
like,
wrapped you onto the
he
desk.
said, because we were talking about, I don't remember how we even got on the subject of tying me to his desk, but somebody said something about there's no way anybody could escape that if we tied them to your desk. And I was like, well, I bet I could. And he was like, all right. And he started clearing his desk off, getting all the stuff off his desk. And he was like, get up here, big boy. And so they did. I did, and they started wrapping me up, just passing it underneath each other, all the way around, wrapped me from head to toe.
Yeah.
And as soon as they were done, and he was like, all right, see if you can get up. And I was like, oh boy. And he was like, all right, everybody, let's go to lunch. And they left me tied to his desk, turns the light off, leaves, takes the class to lunch. And I'm like, oh, they're going to turn around and come get me. Oh, no.
Never did.
No, he sent somebody 15 minutes later, maybe, and I'm in there just struggling trying to get out of this yarn.
And now you host a podcast with him.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But
And
that
now
was-
you're his coworker.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
isn't it?
wild,
Did you
man.
ever think you would be
No.
one of my coworkers or one of his coworkers?
Well, honestly, I never thought I would be in education.
Really?
Because when I went to college, like my dad was always trying to tell me, like, son, I think you really need to go into education. I think you'd be really good at it. And I was like, Dad, man, I've spent my whole life in school with you. That's all I've ever known. I just want to try to do something different. Not realizing that your dad actually knows what's best for you, you know. So I got into it, and here we are, you know.
So you started at Victory Christian,
I did.
went to Donahoe.
Well, technically, Raymond Farmer in 2008, when
Yeah.
he was at Coosa Christian, called me and he was like, hey, Mark, I want you to come over and work with my line a little bit. So I'd go over there and I'd work with offensive line and, you know, try to make them better. And then after he left, Teddy Helms was the head coach, and he called me. You know, Van Owens was coaching with him. They called me up and wanted to know if I would come, like, just volunteer with them for a year and come just do it the whole year, every day. And I was working at Verizon at the time, and I was like, well, yeah, I can make that happen. So set my schedule up to where I could go over there at least a few times a week, coached on Friday nights. And that was really my first taste of being a coach. And it was awesome, man. It really was. And I was like, man, I love this. I love coaching guys, getting to know them. And Nick's not feeling well, by the way.
I'm sorry.
His light's killing him. Light's killing him.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Been a rough day.
So that was my first taste of it, and it wasn't until another like four years later when I actually started being a head coach. So that's when, and actually an alumni from Ashville, Sterling Price.
Shout out Sterling.
Shout out Sterling, and he had called me just randomly, and he was like, "Hey man, look, Victory's Victory, I think they're going to get a new head football coach next year. What do you think about it?" I was like, "Well, man, I don't know. Haven't really thought about being a head coach." But he was like, "Why don't you come over here and kind of meet the people over here?" And so I did. I went over there and I met all of them. I think they were playing a homecoming game versus I think maybe Ranburne or something, and just getting absolutely destroyed. Like 50-something-0 at halftime. And I'm just watching it, and I'm like, wow, that's rough. And so, like months later, I go in, I call the principal and the pastor of the school, and I go in and I sit down with him, and we're just talking. And we've been talking for a good 20 or so minutes, and he says to me, Mark, let me just slow things up for a second. I just kind of get the feeling that you're in here interviewing for a job. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's what I thought I was doing. It was like, well, no, I don't have any plan. Like, the coach hasn't said anything about leaving or anything, and I'm definitely not getting rid of him. That's kind of up to him. But, and I was like, well, okay, that's fine. We started talking about, coming in, just coming to coach, outside of work and stuff. And so I was like, that's fine, And so by then I had left Verizon, and I was working as a supervisor for a staffing agency, and I was working at Honda, and I was working nights. It was absolutely miserable. I'd see my kids when they woke up in the morning. I would wake them up when I got home from work, and I'd go to sleep while they're at school. I would wake up in time to get them off the bus, and then spend 30 minutes with them or so, then leave to go to work. That was for 4 months, I was absolutely miserable. And so then there was one night I was at work, and I just got a call on my phone. It was the pastor of the church. And he called me and was like, hey, I just, our coach has decided he wants to hang it up. And, I was thinking about that talk me and you had months ago, and I just wanted to see if you wanted to come be the head coach at Victory Christian. I was like, I just felt the Lord tell me, like, absolutely, yes, do it. And so I did. I knew I was going to be taking a pay cut, but, like, I just felt the urging of the Holy Spirit, just like, hey, do this. This is what you have to do, And I said yes. Went and did it. Changed my life, man. Like, I was kind of in a place for a while where I just had no purpose, and like, because I feel like God made me to work with people, to help make people better, to give them like a different outlook, like to motivate them to try to make their day better. And so for a while I didn't really get to do that much, and it was kind of making me miserable. And but then when I started coaching, man, it just changed everything. And I was actually talking to my old quarterback on my way over here. Like, he called me out of the blue, and we talked all the way from Gadsden here. And man, that just being able to do that, and that moment, just everything that was set up in motion to get to this moment right here, just been unreal. And it's all the stories I've had where God has told me things and put me in places where he wanted me and shown me stuff. Like, everything has just fitted up so perfectly. There's been a lot of victories along the way, and there have been absolute awful losses, and a lot of heartbreak. But everything to this moment has just been so just written by God, and he's had his hand in everything, and it's just awesome, man. Like, just where I'm sitting right now and the way I feel. And, I'll just go back to a couple years ago. Well, actually, let me go on further back, because when I left Victory, it was halfway through my last season there, and I was kind of having some issues that I don't really want to talk about, but it's okay. It was not bad stuff.
Yeah.
Not bad stuff. Just like relational stuff with
Yeah.
people around,
Yeah.
But I was just praying to God. I was like,
I don't know
God,
if you were
what's
talking about like you just like chronic diarrhea or what you were
no,
talking
no,
about,
that
gestational
hits
issues.
off and on from time to
Okay,
time,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was more of like just I was having some issues with just dealing with some people,
Yeah.
that were in places, and I was just asking God. I was praying and asking God. I was saying, like, God, what's your purpose for me? Like am I going to be here for a long time? Like what's the meaning of all this? And then while I'm praying, I kid you not, like he flashes the word Donahoe in my mind, like clear as day. Like I can see the word, just boom, and I open my eyes. I'm like, wow, what was that?
Mm-hmm.
So later on in the season, we played Donahoe. And after the game, I'm talking to the coach, which I knew, and he was telling me, he's like, man, we'd beaten them, and it was like a last-second blocked field goal. My team blocked the field goal there, and they had an all-state field goal kicker. He could have easily chipped. Yes,
Wow.
all-state field goal kicker. He could kick one from 50, And what the crazy thing is like, after the game, my guys blocked the field goal. We win. Everybody's going nuts. We're at midfield. And I'm talking to him, and he's like, man, that was awesome, and I just want to let you know this is probably going to be the last time that we coach against each other, so I'm hanging it up after this year. And so that season ended, and I ended up, the job comes open, and it was a significant pay raise. And so I went and applied for it, got it, and, I moved schools, and man, just had 5 years there at Donahoe. Had some really good teams, man. I got one playing at Auburn right now, still playing, plays DB down there. And just the other guys that I coached that, man, just mean the world to me. And just had some great things happen. Won a couple playoff games, got their school turned around. And while I was at Victory, they had only won one game in 4 years before I got there. And the first season we go 4-6, and next year we have a great season. Won the school's first ever, and still to this day the only playoff game they ever won.
Wow.
Which was huge for them.
Yeah.
And it was huge for me too. That was my first playoff win, and so we did that. Won a couple at Donahoe. Got beat by some state champions in the second round. And then I got a call, and same thing happened when I was at the end of my career at Donahoe. Like got a call from Drew Knowles when he was at Westbrook, and he said, I want you to come over to Westbrook and be my offensive coordinator. And so I listened to God, and he said, that's where you need to go. And so I did it. And man, I've been there for a while, and everything that's transpired. My first season there, towards the end of the year, my sister died in my parents' house fire, and after that happened, Shay Monroe, a little bit later, after he had decided he was going to leave, had called me and wanted me to come apply for the job, and I just told him, I was like, man, I've prayed about it. I've been thinking about it, because we had talked multiple times, and I said, I can't in my spirit right now get confirmation from God that this is what I need to do. Like I'm just down, and like on top of that, like the Holy Spirit just keeps telling me it's not time yet. And I've prayed many times. Every time it's like, it's not time yet. This is not the time. And so, and I'm glad it happened because I got to coach for 2 years under Steve Smith, and state champion Hall of Fame coach. I got to learn a lot from him about the ins and outs of like how to set up a program and how to run things and the different things that he's done, and it's really helped me grow as a coach, and I think it's really what I needed. But now we sit here, and this is like as soon as I found out that this job was open, I prayed about it, and Holy Spirit says, let's go. And I'm just like, okay, all right. And I just start getting excited in my spirit, like I got confirmation now, and I just prayed about it. Let's go. It's time. This is it. And so, man, this is where we sit. So
that's how we're both sitting right here.
Absolutely.
So tell me the biggest, hardest lesson you learned along the way to here in your coaching journey.
Oh, God, man, what a deep question. Well, I guess I should expect that. It's a coaching interview. Biggest, deepest lesson. Probably for me, it would probably be to never focus on winning more than you do the relationship with the kids.
How'd you learn that lesson?
it was never really like a big thing that I ever fell into with the focusing on the wins. It was just sometimes you catch yourself like when you get in a groove and you've been focusing on the kids, like you'll get in a groove of, all right, what do we got to do to win this one, you know? And then sometimes you kind of forget about the relational type stuff. And it's not happened to me more than a week, you know, because after, you know, I get the spiritual kick in the gut, like, hey, this ain't you. So, like, honestly, that, and honestly, just watching other coaches do it, seeing the lack of relationship that I've seen some other coaches in places that have done it, just not really focus on the love of the players and focusing more on the wins and losses, you know, which I think has, throughout my experience, you know, whether at Victory Christian, where, man, me and those guys were, that was my crew, and like we'd do anything for each other, and they knew how much I cared about them, and it was like every day, like, you know, we were just on another adventure together, and like the bond that we all had, and how that translated into excitement during practice, how that translated into the passion that they played with on Friday nights, you know, that to me that was such a huge lesson in like just seeing how everything came about. How, you know, Julius Cook, when he coached me in junior high, and we'd be on those long bus rides on like Monday, Tuesday nights on junior high games. And then all of a sudden, you know, we won that game. So that night, you know, Julius Cook was you're going to hear that big bellowing, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he'd be up there just getting after it. And man, just that, like, it just sends chills down my spine thinking about it. And so when he would do that, like how much that meant to us as kids. And then like when I got involved and I was a head coach and I got to be that guy, and I'd be driving the bus home from Friday nights, and the first time I hit that victory song with them, and I changed up the words from, you know, the words from Ashville to Victory, you know, like, and then those guys were like, what just happened?
Yeah.
But how much of a passion that lit up under them, and just, you know, that kind of stuff is what high school sports is supposed to be about. You know, them being able to enjoy that experience and to be able to live for the rest of their lives knowing that, man, those 4 years I was on the Asheville Bulldog football team, those are the greatest years ever. Like, I wish I could go back, man. I want to live with that kind of passion. I want to, you know, when I come across people, like, I want to be as excited as my coaches were. You know, I want to be the kind of man that my coaches were, you know. And having guys in my life like John Gross, who – awesome coach, you know, Terry Morrow, you know, just different, all these different coaches that had all these different personalities. But man, no matter how hard they coached you or how hard things were, you know, there was always these times of like, man, these guys really love us. And I would run through a gosh dang brick wall for my coach if he asked me to, you know, and just having that bond with them that made us want to be great. You know, I carried that same kind of thought process and that heart with me to Donahoe. And those guys were the same way. Like, man, my guys love me. I love them. And we had that same bond, you know, and like we put great things together and we did awesome stuff. And, man, like, that's the guy that I want to be here at Asheville. And I can finally do that song again.
Yeah. The way it was meant to be
Asheville
sung.
Bulldogs are the best. Yeah.
Song, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when my first, this interview's about you, not me, but I'm gonna share a little bit about that. So my first couple of years here,
Talk or Go Home 2.0.
We had a kid named Jeremiah Monroe, who was our lineman, and that was actually my first year. One of my first years coaching, I actually helped Hawk on the O line. So I coached big. We call him Big Money.
You coached a little O line?
I did.
Okay.
I love O line. O line is very near and dear to my heart. And
Can't win without them.
no, the most undervalued position on the field. I mean, you never know when an O lineman does well, but you always know when they mess up. So I love O lineman. I love that position. But anyway, those positions. He would after a win, he would sing that song. Big Money would.
Would he?
Big Money Monroe. He would sing
Nice.
that song. Big Jeremiah. And you know, fond memories of those couple of seasons because that was under Shay Monroe, and we had we were starting to really get a good culture, and we were starting to turn things around. And my first couple of years back here, and so I associate that song with sort of my I hate to get biblical, but my baptism into coaching and those early years of like me figuring out what coaching is and how impactful it can be.
Yes. It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It really is.
It is.
That's the thing I was talking to my quarterback on the phone on the way over here, because man, me and him used to sit and talk about, one day, when you get, graduated from college and all this stuff, man, like you got to come coach for me,
Mm-hmm.
and like he's so pumped up because he could finally have an opportunity to do that, and now he works in Georgia.
Oh man.
And is a safety manager for a big company and makes good money, but he wouldn't mind me saying this.
Yeah.
Like he's miserable.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get to be a part of this kind of stuff. And that's what he's passionate about.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking about this guy and his wife just found out they're having a baby weeks ago.
That's awesome.
And, they're trying to move back home.
Yeah.
He wants to be a part of it.
That's awesome.
And this is the kind of guy like I would risk everything because I trust him, and he's great at what he does. And he's passionate. But that would have never happened. We'd never have these conversations if the kind of stuff that Julius Cook or John Gross or any of the other great coaches that I had along the way didn't put that into us,
Yeah.
So like success breeds success, passion breeds passion. So we're not seeing the return on that. John Gross left here and after the 1999 football season, and Sean Sutton came in.
Yeah.
Different types of coaches, different types of mentalities, but what the coaches I had early on put into me, we're seeing the benefits of that.
Yeah.
20 years later, 25 years later, almost 30 years later, so that's the thing. People never really understand what you do, the generational effects it has on other people. And I could just sit and talk about this all day. I love it. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, man. And a lot of people just don't give it the time, because it takes time and patience. And a lot of people don't want to spend time building this kind of stuff. But the lives that you can change in the future over the effort that you put in now, it's a wonderful thing. Because who knows? Who knows that any of the kids that we coach in the next football seasons, who knows how many of those guys are going to be like us with their guy. Maybe some are going to go coach. Maybe they're going to have these kind of moments with their guys, and only because we're in this moment at this time.
Yeah. And
we're doing these things with them at this time, and we're preaching to them how important selflessness is to them, how important just being in love with your teammates in the most straight way possible. Just being in love with being on this team, being in love with hard work, being in love with bettering yourself, being in love
doing the right thing
with the process, man, and becoming a better man and becoming a leader in your own right, and then these guys are going to go in their life and carry the stuff that we're preaching to them every day, and it's going to just bleed into their DNA, and that's who they're going to become. So
you're excited.
Can you tell?
I can tell. And I'm excited too, man. I'm excited too. So I'm looking at the coaches list right here. So you are the first person since John Gross. Since 1999. You're the first alumnus.
Well, that was the year he left now. He started in 96, 97.
95.
95?
95.
Was it 95?
That's what this says.
Well, as head coach?
Yes. David Sykes was the 94 season.
Was he 94?
John Gross was
I got a funny story about David Sykes.
Really?
Was he 94?
Okay, it says he was David Easley was the 93 season.
95. Okay, yeah.
And David Sykes was the 94 season.
Okay.
And then John Gross was the 95 season through the 99 season. He left in 2000.
Okay.
Sean Sutton was the 2000 season.
Funny story about David Sykes.
Yeah.
Okay.
First off, you're the first alumnus since 1999 to coach Asheville, to be the head football coach at Asheville. Go ahead, sorry.
I wonder how many were before.
Well,
you got, was it Raymond Farmer?
Raymond Farmer was the first and the last. So you're only the third head alumni coach.
I'm the third coach at Asheville that graduated from Asheville.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Raymond Farmer, John Gross, and you.
Wow. Man,
Heavy company.
heavy company.
Aren't
man.
all three of you in the St. Clair County Sports Hall of Fame?
Yes, we are.
There you go.
I forget about that a lot too.
That you're in a Hall of Fame.
I really do.
Here's your
Because-
daily reminder.
Yeah, St. Clair County Hall of Fame.
I'm going to put you in my phone.
Class of
Hall
24.
Famer.
Yeah. But anyway, so but David Sykes' story. Listen to this. So me and James Runyons, we were managers, and we were not in 1994. You got to think I'm 11 years old. Okay, knucklehead.
I was -1.
-1.
Yeah.
Knuckleheads, man. And we were probably two of the worst. I had been a good manager for years, but when you pair me with my other not really up to no good, but just mischievous
Yeah.
counterpart, where
Your
me and
F
him
conduct.
exactly. And
People.
so when me and him got together as managers,
Yeah.
like I didn't need him to be a manager with me. Either one of us could have done it without each other, and we would have made it through the whole season. However, there was this one game where me and him were on the sideline, and I guess we were just really bored. And we were trying to see how much ice we could ball up in our hands and throw it in the air and catch it in a cup without the bottom breaking. And on film, you're just watching it, and you see these two knuckleheads down here just tossing ice as far as they can in the air and catching it in cups. We come back into practice on Monday. David Sykes pulls us in the equipment room. He's like, listen, you two, you're fired.
He fired you.
As a manager.
Oh, brother.
My first firing ever. And broke my heart, man, because I loved Asheville. I loved Asheville high school football. But, yeah, man, that was I wouldn't say it's a traumatic experience, but definitely one of my first lessons in life, on how to, not be such a knucklehead in times of seriousness. I guess I didn't realize, like, how serious I needed to be.
Yeah.
But they weren't good either. No, they were terrible. They were terrible.
0-10, it looks like.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess.
But you know where he coached prior? Or no, after that. You know where he coached after that?
No, I have no idea.
Elba.
Okay.
He
I think I
coached at
remember
Elba
that.
in 1990. He was a head coach at Elba from 97 and 98. And
How do you do there? Not okay.
so, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, life lessons have to be learned with
exactly.
everybody.
And sometimes they're hard.
Maybe a butt chewing would have done a little better.
Yeah.
I could have taken. I've taken many butt chewings in my life. A butt chewing would have done me good.
Yeah.
Just telling my dad, he probably would have spanked me or something. I would have done just as fine.
I had James take the news. Distraught or
No. I think he was a little more jovial than I was. I think he thought it was funny. In
He
a
did?
sense, I need to call him and talk to him about that. Yeah, I don't. Anyway, good times, man.
Now he was the one with the bathroom, right? That you
Yes.
okay.
The Rungians.
The runs, yeah. Go listen. Is that a bonus episode?
Did we
Or
do
is
that on bonus?
I don't remember. Go listen to Talk or Go Home. You'll find that story. It
Yeah,
involves the runs and a bathroom.
Yeah, and extreme.
Explosive.
Let's just say I think food poisoning was involved, and it also surrounded Asheville football. It was an Asheville football story, actually.
Yeah, it was,
because that was terrible night.
So
and his family.
Yeah.
Not good. Y'all go
Yeah.
listen to the episode if you can find it. Just go
Yeah.
listen to all of them. It'll be in there at some point.
it's
And
a more recent episode too.
It's a good one.
Final question before we wrap it up. What are you most looking forward to?
There's so many different things. I'm most looking forward to the community being all in. And, I've always envisioned like hometown high school football coach, people shutting their businesses down on the square, everybody coming to watch football. Is it realistic in 2024? Maybe not, but if I can envision that and we can dream it and start working on it and build it, maybe it could happen. And maybe we have to have cars parked down the road and maybe this place is so packed because everybody loves what we're doing and they love Asheville football so much that people come from everywhere around the town and they come to watch, and they come to want to be a part of it because they believe in it and they believe in what we're doing and they see the lives that are changed because of what we're doing. And that's my dream, man. I really want to see like alumni come back. I want to see people, just lining the stadium with Kelly Green on and just people just always being pumped up about it. Is that a complete reality in this day and age? Maybe not, because everybody's always got an opinion about something, or they think that you should do things a different way, but the way I'm planning on doing is like if we can start building the character of our guys first. Number one, we got to find more guys out of the hallways.
Yeah.
And let them know that, this thing that we're doing is not just a game, it's a life thing. And start building young guys into young men and making it fun while we do it. I think a lot of kids just get so caught up in this culture of, like instant gratification that they haven't really understood that good things come from hard work, and hard work does pay off. And it pays off in things that they don't really understand right now. So if we can make things a little more interesting for them and teach them the life lessons at the same time and get them to understand what God's called all of us to do, and that's service. That's, loving your brother, taking care of people in need, trying to live a righteous life, doing the little things the right way. And if we can get all the guys in this school to believe that, man, it could change the entire city. And that's my mission in life. My mission is to help people understand that it ain't about us. We've got a huge calling in our lives to be a witness to the nations of like how like you should live and the way you should carry yourself. We've got to build up people that are going to be life changers for other people. And if we can do that in this setting, it'll start branching out. And, viruses spread to people all the time and they make people sick. Well, guess what? Positivity, good influence, it does the same thing. It might take a little longer because there's just so much evil in this world. But guess what? Good always overcomes evil. In the end, good always wins, and it's going to win. So if we can spread that culture of goodness, that culture of mentally, like I believe in myself, I believe in my Creator to give me the power to power through this. I believe in my coaches. I believe in my teammates. I'm going to do everything I can for that guy next to me because this guy, I love him, and I will do whatever I can. The guy behind me, the guy in front of me, if I'm a linebacker on defense, that guy right there, he's doing everything he can to plug that gap so I can go make that tackle, man. That's my dude. I'm going to go make sure I make that tackle because he's taking on a double team for me. I'm killing somebody right now, metaphorically speaking, of course. But, having that selfless mindset, man, that heart of you that is going to do everything you can for that dude next to you, when you finally figure that out, you really start to understand the game of football. You start to understand the game of life. When you can lay down your life for somebody else, is the ultimate victory in life. It's the ultimate lesson. It's the ultimate goal that we should all have. It's to sacrifice our well-being for the good of others, and for the good of the whole team, for the good of all of us. So if we can all figure that out, this whole place will start to change, and that's my mindset right now. So
that's what you're looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to it so much, man, and just seeing some smiles and some content on faces that have been down. I've experienced this at other schools, where guys only knew losing. When my first team I had at Victory, they would finish games with 8 players, 9 players because dudes would get hurt because they had maybe 11 on the team, 12 on the team. All they knew was losing. They would go play teams and get absolutely destroyed and finish with whoever they had. But what happened was they found out through those hard times that they were going to stick together. And when they had that togetherness, when you come in and you build some excitement and you get other guys to come along and join it, and now we're all in it together, the excitement that that program like generates, it just floods to the community. And if we can do that here, man, you'll see a lot of stuff change around. Like, there will be such a buzz. There will be such a good feeling. And sitting right here right now, I don't know if it's going to happen overnight. I want it to. I want to instantly see the results of it. But that's that worldly side of me, that instant gratification side. You know, this thing might take a while. But if we can build that in guys that are on varsity going and spending time with the guys in youth league, and those youth league guys are looking up to these varsity guys and be like, man, I want to be like that guy one day. And all throughout their school career, they're just thinking about, man, that was my best friend, man. I really want him to come back and watch me one day. You know, if our varsity guys are going on Saturdays to a youth league game and, like, man, getting pumped up over their little buddy out there, like, hey, man, that's my dude. Like, hey, you're doing great, man. Go get after it. And the guys are like, yeah, little guys. And they're getting after it out there on a
impression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Great impression.
I know. That's what they do. Little people, you know. And because you want to know why? Because I remember being that.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. I didn't get to play youth league football. All right, I started in
And you
7th
weren't little,
grade.
but yeah,
I was not little. Yeah. Dad tried to sign me and Matthew up. I think we were in 5th and 6th grade. Dad comes back and tells us we're too big. I don't know. I don't know if maybe he was just trying to hold us out another year or so before we started, but apparently, I don't know. But I'm grateful, you know, for the time here, and but that's what I want to see those guys like really buy into what that looks like, you know, because the more we focus on instant gratification, the less success we're going to have. It's got to be a long-term thing. It's got to be the love of Ashville High School that we've got to build back, because those kids that you don't really think about, those are the ones that are going to be the champions in the next generation. Only if you build excitement and passion in them from a young age. Only if you spend time with them to let them see, like this is the type of dude you need to be. And that hits at junior high level. If those youth league guys can take that same mindset to junior high, and they're still thinking about their buddies up there. If we can incorporate times where our varsity guys are spending time with the junior high guys and the youth league guys, and I'm asking a lot of our older guys. But it ain't just about this moment. It ain't just about us right now. It's about these generations coming down the road, you know, building the passion for this program. If they really love this place and they really want to see it succeed one day, and as long as I'm here, everybody that's put their work effort into this program over the years is still going to be recognized, because without people before us, we can't celebrate the successes of the future, you know. Like when I was at Alabama, the guys that were freshmen when I was a senior, those guys won the national championship under Nick Saban. They were the senior class. And I can still remember talking to them afterwards, man. And I you're a part of this too. Because if you hadn't put your arm around me and loved me through this when I was a freshman, who knows what would have happened, you know? So, like, the love that we have to have for each other to breed success has got to be on top. And so if we could just build that love between all the guys from the youngest ages, and I'm talking about guys every once in a while going and eating lunch with the guys in the elementary school. You know, why not? Why don't we do these things? You know, those are the types of things that these kids really look forward to. Like, they want to be a part of something. They want to be a part of something that they're looking forward to one day. And because that just, what it does, man, it takes over a child's mindset of like, man, oh, I want to do that. I want to be that guy. And if they can keep that passion in them through school, guess what's going to happen? Their work ethic's going to build up. Their effort when they're training, and when they're working out, when they're trying to get better, their focus on their eating habits, their focus on their spirituality, you know, all of that stuff will change and take shape if we pour into them, if the old guys pour into them at a young age. And that's my vision. So if we can execute that, then everybody in this community will see Asheville football take off. And that's what makes me happy. That's what fires me up, dude. Right there. If we can execute, then we'll see success. We will see it. And we can start to go out on that field on Friday nights and have the mentality of, I expect to win. I'm not losing this football game. This is what I've been waiting on my whole life. I expect to win this game. I don't care who we're up against. I don't care if the guy in front of me is a D1 player from such and such. Guess what? My coach has been teaching me great technique. I've got this will inside of me that's just a raw dog, man. I'm just getting after it. I'm going to tear you up. There's nothing holding me back from whipping your tail. I don't care who you are and where you're going. I'm meaner than you. I'm better than you. Because I've been putting into it since I was a kid, man. Because these other guys put into me. It's cyclical, whatever you want to call it, man. It's just it's a tornado of greatness. And if we can just build that, that's what I'm working towards. I want to be here for 25 years. And I want to see that kind of stuff just take shape and just build and just recycle, build and recycle. The guys that are graduating soon, they're going to have kids. Guess what? Boop. Hey, did these old guys, did the seniors at Ashville, did they come watch you in the Pee Wee games? Yeah, Daddy, they did, man. I really love such and such, number 14, man. He's my favorite player. I want to be just like him, Daddy. Well, good. Are they coming to eat lunch with you yet? Yeah, Daddy. Yeah, well, Scotty Nelson, man, he's my favorite guy. I want to be just like him. I want to be an Asheville Bulldog. Man, if we could build that. Like, can you imagine that? Now, that's what builds winning programs, man. So if we can just forget about this mentality of, like, instant gratification, instant success, and build daily for the future, this thing will get turned in the right direction, okay? Y'all hear me, Asheville? We can do it. We need your help. This guy needs your help. I need your help. These kids need our help. I feel like I'm running for office or something.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, on December the 17th.
You know what? I am running for office. I'm running for office.
Oh, here we go. It's okay.
Look at that. Make Asheville great again. Right?
So,
we're going to make Asheville great again.
So, thank you, Mark, for sitting down, man.
Thank you, Leanne, for this hat. It's amazing.
We appreciate we appreciate you, man. December 17th, 2024 is when the Mark Sanders era begins at Asheville High School, and I look forward to seeing what's going to happen. I know the community does. January 12th, 2025. Come on down to Mi Casita, and we're going to get times and information out on all our social media about that, the specifics of that. But come out on January 12th to meet with Coach Sanders and a few of his staff and the administration at Asheville High School to talk about the vision that you just heard.
And y'all be praying for us. We need it.
Absolutely.
I do.
And I would be remiss to say, I feel like I would. Sorry, excuse me.
I thought you were getting emotional.
No. I was trying to hide a burp, but I didn't. I didn't succeed. Sorry, man. Look,
I thought you were starting to cry.
Do you want me to?
Let me tell you something about what I just heard.
Come on down, and I don't even remember what I was saying, man. Thanks for tuning in to Dawg Talk, presented by Mi Casita. January 12th. Don't forget to come and holler at us about his vision. I look forward to being a part of the program and pushing these kids in the right direction and coaching men, not coaching players. Coaching men.
That's the philosophy.
Coaching boys into men. Boys to men. Favorite song? Go. Boys to men. I'm just joking.
No. Let's go with it.
Go. Because I don't have one. Go.
Close your eyes. You want me to sing?
Go ahead, sing it.
No, I can't
sing
that one. No.
You can't do that one?
No.
Is it bad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Dawg Talk presented by Mi Casita. We appreciate it. Don't forget to go to AshevilleAthletics.com, and you can click on the donate button to donate if you would like to. Go get all your information there. We appreciate all the support. Subscribe on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening, or on Facebook, wherever you're watching. We appreciate the support. Don't forget, go Dogs.
Go Asheville Bulldogs. Let's go.
Gang green.